Om Shri Gurubhyo Namah. Om Shri Ganapataye Namah. Om Shri Paradevataye Namah. This is Jitesh Satyan doing this video for Sri Vidya Tantra WhatsApp group. This is the second video on the topic Navanga Pathadi, which is popular in Kerala Tantra, and bringing out the significance of different angas of a Tantra Pathadi. The reason, as I quoted, is in terms of let's say people who are generally doing Nyasa or generally doing the Hridaya or generally doing Kavacha, and then complaining that they are not finding the results. This video actually gives the big picture in terms of how a Tantra Pathadi is actually bringing up specific energies, invoking the energy as well as bringing it up, and then ensuring oneness with the Devata. So we looked at moving off the energy levels. So we started with Nyasa, and which is preparing the altar or the temple in order to install the Devata. Then we looked into Avahan, and that ensured that the Kundalini was awakened and the focus was on Mooladhara. So in addition to awakening the Kundalini in Mooladhara, the Prayogas associated to Mooladhara was also applied. And then we have next after Avahan was Argalam. In Argalam we did Upacharas to the goddess in the Swadhisthana, and Prayogas were again applied corresponding to Swadhisthana. The reason and the significance of these Prayogas and those details were also discussed in the previous talk. Then we came to Kilagam in the Manipura Chakra. Here also we saw what is the specific significance that comes in, and what is the focus involved, and the results that are directly linked, how this Tantra Pathadi itself is being brought up. Now it's important to learn a specific Pathadi and not read it from a book. The reason is you can't do Antarika Puja without learning. So nowadays we see people doing Tarpana or Puja and all by looking in a piece of paper and then offering. This neither has significance in Tantra or has a Bhakti aspect. If you actually do an Ashtotra, let's say you have, you are able to memorize a few names of the Devata, and then you offer flowers to the Devata by chanting that particular names which you have memorized. There's a Bhakti aspect to it because you are looking at the Devata and you are offering. Rather than actually looking at a paper and doing some kind of puja where you are not actually looking into having a Bhakti aspect coming into it. Even the Tantra aspect is completely lost when you actually look into a piece of paper and do it. Because the complete idea in Tantra, whether you are having a Padmam or a Yantra in front, is to go through the Avaranas. So you are not seeing a Yantra there, you are seeing the Devata there. And as you move through the different Avaranas in the Yantra, you are actually moving through different levels, which you understand only when you come to Antarika Puja. So whether it is a Pida Puja for a Yantra or Murti Puja, the same Yantra is transformed into body when you actually do the sadhana for that particular Devata. So the Bindu will have a point, the triangle will have another point, and different activities would be involved. Again, Pida Puja also has specific significance. Om Agni Mandalaya Namah, Surya Mandalaya Namah, Soma Mandalaya Namah corresponds to different levels in the body. So you can actually see that there is a Pida, and over which there is a Padma, and the Devata is actually envisioned within the body. Only when you do only when the Guru actually tells you the details of how a Bhakya Puja translates it to an Antarika Puja. But if you don't even by heart or memorize the Bhakya Puja and you are just reading a paper and doing it, then you will get stuck in your sadhana, because neither you are having bhakti, neither you are understanding the tantric aspect of things. So you will keep repeating this without spiritual progress, and you will always find that there are more and more obstacles in your path rather than progress. So always do it in the right way, so that only when you master the Bhakya sadhana, then you can actually come to the Andrika Sadhana, where the same thing is applied on yourself, so that you become the Devata at different levels. Okay, so even if it is Navanga Paddhati or Puja or Homa or Tarpana, all these have inner significance, where the Homa Kunda becomes the Mooladhara, and then it is offered, and there are specific mantras also. So you will see the direct significance, where the Guru will instruct the Shishya on how whatever he has taught as Bhakya Puja becomes Antarika Puja. The problem is in the modern trend is you just want to get some notes and you want to do the puja. So the Guru itself, even if he knows how Antarika Puja works, anyway the Shishya does not take the time or the pain in terms of understanding and making proper progress in Bhakya Puja. The Guru will never be able to instruct the Antarika Puja to start with. Okay, so that is in terms of the need to master these techniques at a Bhakya level as well as at an Antarika level in order to understand the real significance of Tantra. Okay, so when we covered in the previous video, we said that any armor will not work for everyone. So even if somebody tells you adopt a Mahavidya or go for that particular sadhana, don't blindly actually adopt things. Let's say you are more into arts and you have a liking for Madangi. Even if somebody tells you to worship Shodashi or Kali, you might want to rethink about it. Or even if you get details about Kali or Shodashi, you might want to think about it. Of course, you don't require, you are, let's say, a good singer. So you want to be the best singer. You don't want to be the prime minister, or you don't want to be the chief of the army. So different devatas correspond to different energy levels, and you need to sync with what energy levels closely associate with it in order to see progress both in your materialistic life as well as in your spiritual life. We covered up to Argala. Next is Hridaya. So in the Navanga, we covered Nyasa, preparing the altar, Mooladhara, Mooladhara corresponding to Avahan, awakening of Kundalini, and then we did this next in terms of Argalam in the Swadhisthana, Kilagam in the Manipura Chakra. Next, of course, is Anahata. So the Anga is, again, it is quite obvious. Hridaya is the Anga. Nyasa, Avahana, Argala, Kilaga, Hridaya. So Hridaya comes in the Hridaya region, Anahata Chakra. So again, even there is difference between Bala, Tripura Bala, Bala Parameshwari and Yoga Bala. Not just at a 3 bija, 6 bija or 9 bija. There are people who blindly say like 9 bijas is more powerful. So I'll give you 9 bija. It's completely foolish. The reason being, yes, 9 bija actually has more significance, but it is actually a stage progress. The 3 bijas will actually help you to move your Kundalini from Mooladhara to Sahasrara, covering the 3 linga, 3 bindu, the 3 mandalas. This is what it actually will help you overcome. The 6th bija will again allow you to make a full move up and then bring back it to the Kundalini. So Siddhas usually adopt the Bala Parameshwari. So it actually goes level by level. Navanga is actually Navabija or Yoga Bala is again associated with, it's an associated practice along with Panchadashi. With Panchadashi, the Yoga Bala is advised. All these having specific significance. And you don't have to accept my words or what is advised to me by my Guru Parampara. You can just check in Tripurasara Samachaya itself, where it is very clearly outlined in terms of the significance of Tripura Bala, what is the Yoga Kriya, how you have to actually move your energy levels, how the 3 bijas needs to be linked to specific levels and all. So understand, learn from a Guru who has practiced it and has a proper understanding of a specific Devata have worked with the energy levels and has seen results with that particular mantra prayoga, how it is done, and details of it. Which are be the devata? So, okay. So the reason why we brought up that topic is Bala Parameshwari, Hridaya, Anga Hridaya, does not require the initial rules of Rishi, Chandas, Devata, Bijam Shakti Kilaka, and Nyasas, Dhyana, and Panchapuja. However, though Bala Parameshwari does not have that rule, the Tripura Bala, Hridaya mantra, does have this rule. So Tripura Bala Vidhi is different from Bala Parameshwari Vidhi. So you will have to follow as advised by your Guru and as specified in Shastras. So there is a difference between different energies, and there is a specific association in terms of levels in order to have a staged progress. So with Bala Parameshwari, as I mentioned, which is a 6 bija mantra, Aim Klim Sau, Sau Klim Aim. So here for this devata, the Hridaya Anga corresponding to Hridaya does not have the other rules. The mantra is Om Am Hrim Krom Aim Klim Sau Shrim Hrim Bala Parameshwari Aveshya Aveshya Am Hrim Krom Mama Hridaya Chidam Tishta Tishta Hum Phat Swaha. So this mantra is to be chanted internally with focus on the Hridaya Gamana, the Anahata Chakra. It's based on Guru Paramara. If they say that the Hridaya Devi resides in the Hridaya Gamana, focus on the Hridaya Gamana, perfectly fine. So from Manipura, now we have it in the Anahata Chakra. The reason why I brought Anahata Chakra is, again, there is another issue that comes in. Hridaya is where the mind resides. Where does the mind reside? Where you focus. So Hridaya does not necessarily mean the heart in the Tantra terminology. For a Samayachari, for a Siddha, when you actually say about Hridaya, they would probably be thinking about the Ajna Chakra, because that is where they will focus. Okay? So Hridaya has different meanings in different contexts. Here we are looking at the Navanga Paddhati. So here it is the Anahata. So the mantra itself says Mama Hridaye Chiram Tishta Tishta. You have to be in my heart, Hridaya, for Stiram, permanently have a place in my heart. Mama Hridaye Chiram Tishta Tishta Hum Phat Swaha. So here again, the bijas again have specific significance, whether it is hum or phat, all these have specific significance which the Guru will teach. For each mantra, the split up, the significance, focus, all will be taught by the Guru. Okay, so Hridaya covered. Next is Dala. Dala comes, of course, in the Vishuddhi. So Dala is Vak Devatas, is associated to the Dalas in Bala Parameshwari Vidya, Navanga Vidya. So here you will see in the mantra, you will have Rigveda, Samaveda, Yajurveda, all these associated to the Vedic chants and all these things. Since it is associated with Vishuddhi, all these are you. That way the goddess is placed, and the goddess is focused on the Vishuddhi. So the Kundalini energy is escorted further from Hridaya to the Vishuddhi using Dala. In Dala, the rules are followed. Asya Sri Bala Parameshwari Dala Mahamantrasya Dakshinamurti Rishi Devi Gayatri and the Bala Parameshwari Devata Aim Bijam Klim Shakti Sau Kilagam Mama Shri Bala Parameshwari Prasasidyarte Jape Vinyoga. So Dala, again, even in terms of the Shad Ankas, so you see that with Bala Parameshwari, Aim Bijam, Klim Shakti is coming, and Sau Kilagam is coming. While for Tripura Bala, it is Aim Bijam, Sau Shakti, Klim Kilagam. That again has specific significance, and that too there are differences between Sampradayas. In Durvasa Parampara, you actually have specifically related to Bala Parameshwari as Aim Bijam, Klim Shakti, Sau Kilagam. So that needs to be followed. Again, Karanyasa, Hridayadinyasas are all followed. Dhyana is done. Panchapuja is offered. Om Namo Bhagavati. So, in the Vishuddhi, Om Namo Bhagavati. Shri Bala Parameshwari, Devisha Shiva Viddhi Kodinvale Sahara Nubra Girita Kundala Kemukta Samushta. Sarvagatra, Yushar Vishapriya, Request Samanio, Bodham Suyan, Vindu Tveshwari, Kinners and Extra Vidya, Sadi Purushati Paruda Makian, the Shani Seviman, Shat Kod Absolganata, and Doshanima, the Buddha was Sade, Kadga Bhakti, Shula, and Dival Shakti, Akunda, Pakicha, Vana Pasha, and Shaping Idea is so they. Dushtadana Chofni, Buddha Grave, Shachaka, Rasaka, Vedanga, Shagini, Radanga, Dustavas Margaret, Buddha, Deva, Pavimoni, Buddha Suliman, Shilinga, Shilapari, Pastor, then the Sulaparme, Shulai, Shoshni, Ega, Duaiga, Chatika Samasria, Sarva, Jerapay, and I, Surak, Buddha, Kulamtina, Anaba, Parakarma, Mantra, the Sali, Shuna, Shudra, some Russian, Sal to some Hargan, Salabaya, some Russian, Silos and Vasni, Sri Mahama, Sri Parameshri, Mama, Apen, Deki, Dabe, Swaha. So, as I mentioned, require you Samadi. All this Vedic, the Devi as the Vedas is actually brought up in the chant, and of course Prayogas is also applied as in Kerala Pattadi. You will have both Bhukti and Mukti going in sync. So you will actually look at spiritual upliftment as well as the Prayogas corresponding to that specific chakras are also applied. So after Dala, next is Agnya. So of course, where do you focus in terms of for your Dhyanam? Dhyanam is focused on the eyebrow center, the Ajna Chakra. Okay? Eyebrow center, the Ajna Chakra which is behind the eyebrow center. Ida Pingala Sushumna, but the meeting point, Triveda. So, Dhyana is next. So again, Dhyana important. Dhyana words is not what you need to remember. Dhyana means you will have to meditate on the form. Meditate on the form described in the Dhyana Sloka. So when you actually focus in the Ajna, you will have to focus and meditate in the specific form described in the Dhyana Sloka. Okay? So Dhyana Sloka goes, Surya Kodi Pratigasham, Chandra Kodi Sipsudala, Pundarik Nilam, Jivan Mukti Palpalam, Chadu Pujam Sudanam, Pugastani Viradam, Bala Kirno Veda, Bala and the Lansham, Akshamala, Pustakam, Vadave Soda, Sarava Shobatiam, Sarava Sundari, and Kodi Brahmanda Palini, Sura Sevida, Pulla Pangamadistam, Purna and the Bodana, Madhura Varnagastam, Andra Kodi Suruni, Gagana Saristang, the Sori, Garas and Gano Lashbana, Brahmi, Maheshwari Mukhi, Sevda, Siddha Pujla. So she is Siddha Pujla, the favorite of the Siddhas and worshipped by the Siddhas. And in the Dhyana Sloka, it specifically said that she is having book, rosary, Abhaya Varada Mudras, and Sarva Bharana. So she is actually wearing all ornaments. She is well ornamented. And all discipline, who all is actually with her in terms of worshipping her. All these things are actually mentioned in the Dhyana Sloka on how to focus. So that is explained in the Dhyana. So Dhyana, as we mentioned, it's quite evident in the flow itself. So Keelagam, as in unlocking, Hridayam, Dalam, Dhyana. Okay. Next is you are actually going to have Laya. So there is no specific Adhara that you look at. In the Shadhadhara Vidhi, you actually have, after Ajna, you are looking at Sahasrara. So here, there is an intermediate level of Shunya, where you cannot wait on a level. So in Tantra, the Guru will specifically ensure during Diksha or any other activity that the student, the Shishya, does not get trapped in Shunya. The reason being that Shunya is one level where the person has lost his materialistic instincts, but this person has still not got spiritual accomplishment. So he does not understand what is Laya, what is it to be one with the goddess or with the specific Devata. But at the same time, since he has reached the Ajna, he has lost his materialistic instincts. People who do Shunya meditation and those kind of Shunya techniques and all usually have a tendency to become brahmacharis and leave the materialistic instincts. But again, accomplishment is not achieved if they get trapped in the Shunya. So this is different from the term Shunya meditation, as in like because the terminologies like Shambhavi and Shunya are used in a different context as well by some of the gurus. So probably Shambhavi is done without actually doing the Shambhavi mudra, because doing the Shambhavi mudra requires prana too. You will need to actually have Urdhva Gati. The movement should be upwards. Only then you will be able to focus in Shambhavi. This is the vacant look of a yogi. So in order to have a vacant look of a yogi, you should be able to move your energy levels upward, which is not practically easy for a general audience. So though the name may be used, it would not be actual Shambhavi meditation or Shunya meditation. Again, the terminology should not be considered as, there are Pancha Shunya sadhana, which is very popular. Pancha Akasha sadhana, Pancha Vyoma sadhana, Pancha Vyoma itself having multiple levels. Bahya and Antarika, and there are 3 levels in the Pancha Vyoma itself. So Pancha Vyoma, Pancha Akasha. Akasha sadhana is also linked to Shunya sadhana. So that is different from this Shunya. So here the Shunya that you don't want to get trapped. When I say trapped, what happens is, let's say you go into the upper level. It would very well happen that when you go into Laya, you would not actually come back to the materialistic side. So you see yogis, siddhas and all, some of them when they actually sit in meditation, this region will be slowly moving. So it is actually to connect the link, so that you don't completely get into Laya. So you are able to come back. So the similar practices are there in other traditions as well, like in when you because it is a different state. It's not, you are not awake, you are not in a dream. So you are not neither in Jagrat nor Swapna. In Samadhi Avastha, you are neither in Jagrat, Swapna or Sushupti. So you are in a different state. So you need to come back to a state in Jagrat without issues, for which you need a kavaja, or you need a protective armor. So in Buddhist context, you can see that when the person actually transcends state, there will be devatas waiting for him in order to guide him in order to get to the next level. So we are doing a similar practice where the kavaja is applied in order for the proper transition from Ajna to Laya in Sahasrara. So asya Sri Bala Parameshwari Kavaja Mahamantrasya Dakshinamurti Rishi Devi Gayatri Anta Bala Parameshwari Devata Aim Bijam Klim Shakti Saukilagam Mama Shri Bala Parameshwari Prasasidyate Jape Vinyoga. Again, Anganyasa. Then you have Karanyasa, Anganyasa, then Dhyana. So Dhyana also is different based on the Angas. So here it will be one day Sinduram Dangi Taranana Sanimam Akshasik Pustarila Mardava Yaspira Deshabda Vaiso Udam Yuvan and Kashmir Kaltaman Shaya Gajana. So appropriate Dhyana form needs to be meditated upon. Panchapuja is offered, and then you go with the Kavaja mantras. So here it is Om Ayin Nama, Om Klim Nama, Om Sauk Nama, Om Ayin Klim Sauk Nama, Om Vakvaya Nama, Om Kumarigaya Nama, Om Shangiri Nama, Om Girishwari Nama, Om Tirnetra Vedaya Nama, Om Maheshwari Nama, Pingastani Nama, Dashashni Kavanyangi Nama, Om Kamashchitaya Nama, Om Varadari Nama, Abhedari Nama, Abhedarini Nama, Om Patmakshi Nama, Om Kanjana Varshini Nama, and continuous. Om Karpura Devan Ledamya Nagin Deva, Pashuvadi Nama, Pava Vinashni Nama, Maheshwari, Valojana Nama, Jayadaya Nama, Vidyapadaya Nama, Shivachidaya Nama, Trubhireshwari Nama, Om Sitavasundari Nama, Vitteshwari Nama, Pashuvapaya, Putrapadaya, Dharmapadayan, Kshetrashwari Nama, Gambhir Nama, Sarveshwari Nama. So the Kavacha mantras are then applied. So this is for the internal body. So it's for the Kavaja in order to have a proper transition to Laya. Now coming to the final Anga. The last Anga being Japa, Mahamantra Japa. Okay. So in Mahamantra Japa, of course it will be on the Sahasrara. So when you do the Japa, again on Sahasrara, Asya Sri Bala Parameshwari Mahamantrasya Dakshinamurti Devi Gayatri and the Bala Parameshwari Devata Aim Bijam Klim Shakti Saukilagam Sri Bala Parameshwari Prasasidyate Jape Vinyoga. Again Karanyasa, Anganyasa, Dhyana, again, there's a different dhyana, Aruna Kirana Jale Rinchita. It's a very popular dhyana for Balaparameshwari. So that is chanted. And then we come to Panchapuja, and then the mantra of Balaparameshwari, which is 6 Bija, Saim Klim Sau Sau Klim, is actually chanted. And this needs to be done in Kevala Kumbhaka. It's specifically asserted in the Shastra that this needs to be done in Kevala Kumbhaka. So it will be spinal, and if somebody holds their hand, they will not be able to feel your breath. And along the mantra is synced with the energy flow, not with the breath, because you are not able to feel the breath. And usually it is done with Balaparameshwari, since it's a Siddha Vidya. It is usually done in Shambhavi. So it will be done in Shambhavi. So that needs to be done. And then okay. So once Laya happens, so you had the Navanga. We started with Nyasa, Avahana, Argala, Kilaga, Hridaya, then Dala, Dhyana, then Kavacha, and then Nayantanka, which is Mahamantra. So now the person has got Laya. So the energy has, so when you do proper sadhana with spinal breathing and Kevala Kumbhaka, you will find that the body gets, there's a more, you feel more energy currents in the body, and there is a higher energy level. It has, dhyana means it's a one-pointed focus. So it is not about feeling sleepy or playing music or something else. It is enhanced focus on a point, single pointed focus, Ekagrata. One pointed focus is what is expected, along with movement of prana and all. So the person will have high energy level. So you'll have to bring back the energy to the Mooladhara. So after doing a Navanga, usually the person will then do Ashtottara, 108 names of the Devata, Trishati or Sahasranama. All this is chanted. So that now the person will not focus on any specific chakras. The person will just chant these mantras, envisioning himself as the Devata, so that the energy as well as the cool effect actually spreads across his body, and the energy levels come back and the Kundalini comes back to the Mooladhara. So this is how the Navanga practice needs to be done. After Navanga, so you will bring the Kundalini back to the Mooladhara using Shanti Kriyas. So here we see a 3-level process that has happened. As I mentioned, with Nyasa you are preparing the outer body for installing the Devata. Then with the Ankas that we discussed, we slowly moved, we awakened the Kundalini and escorted the Kundalini to the Sahasrara. So inner energy levels are also now connected to the Devata. The external body with Nyasas became the Devata. The internal energies and the internal energy, Antarika Sharira, also became the Devata. With Laya at the Sahasrara, you become one with the Devata. So with the Navanga Pathadi, the sadhak becomes one with the Devata, from external, internal to Atmaswarupa. Oneness is experienced with the Devata. So that's the significance. And if you read from a piece of paper, you won't be able to achieve it. You will have to actually master it, and then it actually takes time. You will have to master it. Guru will actually guide you in each step in order to ensure that you become the Devata. And any Devata or any energy levels in the universe is not what you need to actually look at. What syncs with your frequency is what is suited for you as advice by your Guru would be appropriate for you. That's why we actually left some blanks. Some of the mudras were not shown. In some cases, the mantras were not fully chanted. Some changes were done in order to ensure that. But the whole point was actually clearly conveyed in terms of each anga, where it needs to be focused and how it needs its significance in terms of proper upward movement in terms of becoming one with the Devata. So hope you have a understanding of Navanga Vidhi and the significance of Hridaya of Tripura Bala or Hridaya of Kali, Kavaja of Kali, Kavaja of Rudra, anything you actually do, understand it from a guru who has practiced and understood it and who will be able to help you out in terms of significance, so that you don't get, you don't try to connect with the frequency that you won't tune in, or you don't get the results. So invest your time if you want to really understand Tantra Sadhana. Thanks for listening to this video.